Yeah, look what we got today. Man, we have got DaVinci Wide Gamut on the building. Wait a minute. Why a switch from SS to Wide Gamut? Oh wow. Okay. The reason why I switch into DaVinci Wide Gamut, I feel like there's certain footage doesn't work properly to my SS because of small room from color science. Yeah, it is true DaVinci Wide Gamut is too bigger than SS, but SS has nice construct and separation of range when you convert it into Rec 79. But DWG, it has a lot to do. If you are a beginner, you have to learn a lot about DaVinci Wide Gamut because it's very super flat. Let's check it out, DaVinci Wide Gamut and SS into Rec 79 version and see what we're going with today. All right, this is footage. It's shot with the Sony, but there is something I want to tell you about my DaVinci Resolve. It's old version. It is, look up to here, it is 15 version, which is, it doesn't have DaVinci Wide Gamut into the color space. What you have to do when you just using DaVinci Resolve, you have to switch your, you have to drag your color space. You have to go to the effect and drag your color space into your notes and do the process that I often like to do when I use SS. The same process that I do to my Audity. You just tell it Sony Wide Gamut, and then you convert it to DaVinci, and into into output you just tell it it is DaVinci Wide Gamut, and convert it to Rec 709. I know you guys, if you don't know about how to convert your footage log into another log, so just go back to my previous videos and watch how exactly I'm doing. So is it because I don't have a DaVinci Wide Gamut to my color space? I just made a lot from someone's computer which is compatible to use DaVinci 18, and then I make those DaVinci Wide Gamut lot. So that's I'm going to do right in here. Just make sure your Rec 79 is Gamma 2.4 because this is what I choose in there. So into my Audity, I'm going to choose, okay, right here. You see these are Sony to DaVinci Wide Gamut, yeah, and I made two lots. It's S-Log2 and S-Log3. This is one, this S-Log3, and this one is S-Log2. Is it because this video is being shot on S-Log2? I'm going to do S-Log2 in here. You see the way this converts, it's very flat. It's bring those flatness to my my footage, bring that DaVinci Wide Gamut flatness. So let's convert it to DaVinci Wide Gamut, boom, which is going to be like this. So you see, this is a DaVinci Wide Gamut Rec 709, and this is before and this is after. You see the way it look. So let's jump on SS color space, which is I'm going to do the process that we often do. If you used to watch my videos, you will understand what I'm talking about here. Okay, we go to choose, this was just S-Log2, and we're going to convert it to SS. After that, we're going to tell it SS, I want you to turn on Rec 709. Sorry, the stocks of our computer, yeah, right here we back. Okay, and then we convert it to Rec 7. You see the pictures now, the way it look. This is SS conversions, and this is what we call it, DaVinci Wide Gamut, and this is SS. You see the difference. This one is just it's a range right there. It's just the brightness is the same. What we call it, the color, the space of a color, the space of a color science from SS to DaVinci DaVinci Wide Gamut. It's kind of similar. It's kind of rich there. It's different than other what we call it, other color science that we often like to use, like like we convert to Alexa or Sony color science. It's kind of different. DaVinci Wide Gamut and SS kind of similar, just a tiny bit. But the difference is SS, it has constructions in it. It's constructed. The picture is just separated well to the range, so you see everything is separated, but the color is not there we want it to be. It's too different with the DaVinci. If you see into the room right here, whenever we just convert it to Rec 79, we see the color is just, the color is just expanded already. This stuff is blocking us. It's giving us limitations about to go so further. But when you back to DaVinci Wide Gamut, we see more feather of a color. You see, we have a very, very, very nice range to push our color without clashing. And if you just watch here and here, we now see much different. This is why most of colorless programmers, they often like to do DaVinci Wide Gamut. Is it because you can push more further your color without crushing them? Also, the reason why I use SS, I just missed this DaVinci Wide Gamut. That's why I choose SS. So if you don't have DaVinci Wide Gamut, you may just go on with the SS. It's kind of similar, but a little bit of a difference, which you have to be careful. So let me stop talking much. Let me just jump into my grades. So let's see more further stuff, what we can do on DaVinci Wide Gamut. Today we just change the entire process that we often like to do. So I'm going to show you a new stuff, how I just correct my picture. So when it comes to my exposure, let me rename it exposure. I think you understood what I was talking about. All right, into my exposure, the thing that I often like to do, I'll go do so right here. Just decrease my highlights. I'm going to do the same process. So there's something happened. I fixed it. Okay, let me write it exposure. So we're going to control our exposure, like switch it down until I find out a nice exposure, like this stuff right there, like something right there. So yeah, okay. The thing that's I never used to do so. Recently I was just do so. I was just doing serial nodes to my color correcting or my primary. But I found that nowadays I have to do a period nodes to my color to correct my picture through a period nodes. Why I just do so? I'll go explain it. Is it necessary to explain it right now? Okay. I found out one of our colorist procurist recently. The time I was learning more. That's why I told you before, and my recent tutorials, like, man, I'm quietly, because I'm learning much further for you guys to come up with the new stuff, which is very, very nice and good. So this is why I decided to, keep quiet and learning stuff, and then come up with and share with you guys. So the one other thing that I learned is about my color corrected. She said that when you just do color to the serial node, which means you just do something over the recent nodes that the nodes before. So when you do something in serial node, which is you just do after that. So why should I do after? Why should I what we call it? Why should I settle the white balance or temperature after my exposure. Why should I not why shouldn't just do so inside of it? So everything that I have to do must be in the same stuff. You see, the more you just do stuff, it's the more that you're going to you know to to how will they call it, the more you just put a lot of notes, a lot of stuff, that's the more you just over overdoing your grade. So the further you go, so further, that's the way you running your pictures. You have to do a just a ton of stuff that your picture might be very natural quality, and the more you use it, you go lose some quality. This is why I decided to, that's why more people, lots of people, they just do a lot of stuff on in a single note, like, yeah, I'm correcting my picture, I'm just correcting my my temperature and what and my my curves. But I decided to do period. Is it because I want to do all this stuff inside of it? So everything that's period is going to be out and in from this node. So it's going to be in in the middle. That's why we call it period. So this is why I just decided now that I'm going to do a period to my primary, and the stuff that I often like to do, like control exposure, come to white balance, and then saturation. That's why I told you today we're going to do a new stuff, a new node tree that we never did it before. Okay, let's jump on fixer. The reason that why I never do fixer on it, because this is our primary, this is our next stuff before jump. This is preparation of a skin, so it doesn't have to be here. This is just modify, it's a preparation of a skin tone, so you guys know about the fixer. And then we jump on look. This is why before I just do period to my look, but I never realized this stuff was just the good stuff that I never realized. I'll just do it because I was like, when I do period, I'm just saving my my room here, because I don't have a lot of random notes. I just want to arrange proper my notes. Even I never even think about period or what it exactly do. It's so funny. All right, let me jump on skin tone, and then we jump on this. I call it, it's pop out. It's a new node which you guys don't know about it. And then another node, it's just FPC, you guys know about it. And another node is just our Luma, you guys also know about it. And my vignettes, you guys also know about it, but I'm going to represent a new node which you don't know about it. So this is going to be our curve. And last node, which you guys also don't know about it, but I think I just did this node in my recent tutorial, but I'm going to explain more in here. This is going to be our prints, our warm prints. It's nowadays fashions. Most of people like the pictures coming with the warm stuff. I'm going to show you how exactly I do. So this is my new node tree styles. So how are they process it? Let's go jump on it. So this is our exposure. I think I already set on my exposure. We have nice exposure, so I don't have to do a lot in there. So into my curve, I'm going to construct my picture. I'm going to do so and so. Make it further. Highlights, I think I have to be enough in there. This is nice construct. The difference in here with my SS, I have to do so much in here just to settle things properly. Okay, and then I jump into my white balance. I reduce my intensity. The reason why I just do so, I never did it before. The reason why I just do let me reduce my gain again. Okay, the reason why I just do my I just do my what's the reason why I just do my white balance and reduce the intensity. I saw some of our professional colorists. He just said that if I do this, it's going to have just less changes without, crashing the picture's color. So yeah, I found that it's helping. So that's why I come up with this, idea into my pictures, and I feel like yeah, it's working properly. So whenever I just correct my picture balancement, I feel like I'm not crashing my color. Okay, here we go. This is before, this is after. You see the changes right there without crashing any colors to my pictures. So yeah, the same process that we often do on saturations. Okay, let me jump on UV saturations and go right here and fix the stuff that we often like to do. But to my pop-outs, make sure you don't touch any reddish color, because DaVinci Wide Gamut, it has more reddish stuff in it. If you watch it careful, you feel like we have reddish already into our pictures. It's super red, so you don't have to do it. So you have to be careful on that part. So let's go jump into our fixer nodes and fix our color like this. Okay, I'm going to right there, and yeah, I'm going to do the same process that we often do. I'm going to fix my skin tones with my secondary, and then I'm going to bring it down, and also this guy I'm going to bring down until it's on proper lines. Yeah, and this is what we often do. You see, I fix my skin right there. You see, it's proper now. It's awesome and amazing. This is before. You see, before the skin was too red, but now it's on range. So another thing is just our skin tone qualify. Yeah, we're going to qualify skin tone, the same process that we often like to do. I'm going to rate it 25. I found out it's a very nice range picker. Also 25 to my denoise, 15 to my radius, and -3 to my inputs ratio. When you just do -3, it's just getting inside. When you do a positive way, it's going to be outside. So that we expand it. I don't want to expand it. I just want to desize it. Just whenever we expand, I'm going to select some stuff that I don't want to be selected. So this is the reason why I choose -3, and I found out it's working nice, because denoise is just expand ton of bit, bright expanded ton of bit. So I want to bring those expansions inside, not outside. When I bring outside, it's going to be in another range of a color. Yeah, this is why I do so. I never explained it before, and I never realized if I never explain it. Okay, another thing. So we go to our skin, and let's check it out how it's work. This is going to be amazing. Yeah, okay, I found out it's red, yellowish, and then we bring some orange stuff to our skin. These parts, I think this is enough. And what we can do is just lift ups, lift downs to have those shadows. Yeah, and bring some highlights, to make it pop ton a bit, and reduce the saturations. Let's check before and after. Yeah, but I found out it's very darkish, so I need to rise it in a bit. It's to make it natural, because there is a light. So yeah, unfortunately this guy's, he doesn't have lights in here, so the lights never comes. It came from you see this part is down there. It's like a horror color technique, lighting technique. It's like horror, yeah. So there is no light in there, so that's why the picker never just pick the side. Never worry about it. It's kind of a cinematic stuff. Okay, this is how our picture it look. So to my pop outs, I can see what I can boost. Let me just try to boost this yellow color and boost it to bring the life back to my yellowish part. Yeah, I feel it's working nice. All right, to my FPC, I kinda want this side, these sides, yeah, to give some of a warmth to my picture, but I'm going to reduce my intensity because I don't want it to be over. I just want it to be there, yeah, to be, this to be known, but not so much. All right, to my Luma, the same process that I often like to do. So it's going to fix my color. I'm going to reduce everything, it's going to squeeze my color. Look at it here, it's range, so I want it to be in the proper way in this part without clashing. This is how my Luma works. You see before, after, you see these guys, he never works so proper. So yeah, he did fix that. Okay, to my hue, I'm just changing my blue to my tier, so to have that nice orange in tier. Okay, I think it's good right there, but I just want my brush back. You see, I just lost my brush, so I'm going here and click the blue and bring it down to bring back that blush. But you see the sky is still, but the blue is right there. Yeah, man. And also to my pop outs, let me just click my Luma, my UVS Luma in this part. I want to darkish these guys a little bit to make it more saturation, because a saturation pot, it's very dark. When your color is too bright, you lose those saturations. But when it's too dark, you give that saturations. Most of saturation parts in dark way, most of bright parties in. So if you want the washed out pictures, you have to give more of a light, so that it's you have those less of color. But if you want more color and your picture is too bright, man, you're just going to crash your color. You will never get the color that you want. So you have to be careful with that. So let's see who I can give fake lights. Maybe this guy, because this guy I feel like he doesn't have a lot of light, but I feel it's not necessary to pop him, because the one who give us attention, this girl, this woman, yeah. So I have to pop her. Sorry, I have to pop her instead of him, because this is our main story. You see, she's influence of her picture, so we have to make sure we pray nice to her, but not so much, because I also need a bit of a light here. Okay, this is how we do the process. So when we jump to our print, I feel like when we jump to our print, the thing that I want to show you exactly where I do, I'm just going to my gamma, and then I bring down my blush up to -5, and I feel like it's giving those warmth, and to my green up to -3. It's it's boosting our skin, and that's warm tone. And also I'm coming to my gain, which is one of a highlight part. You see, I it's like overlay color. I'm overlaying my picture, and then let me jump into my highlights, make it look cooler, no, warmer. You see the picture now, it's very warm. It's kind of cinematic vibes. Most of people, they like to so, but I feel like, yeah, man, this is one is working very nice and good. So now you see the process of DaVinci Wide Gamut. It's very, 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 very nice, and it give us very nice pictures. You see the feelings, you see the way exactly the color now with the look. But if we want to, want to compress our color, if you see we have a lot of saturation to picture, you just might come into our gamut mapping and saturation compress. It's bring everything right into positions. Yeah, it's working nice, but I feel like my color is in nice range. That's why I never it's just converted, sorry. You see now it's just bring everything right in the way it has to be. This is the magic of our color compressions. It's working good. Let's see before. You can't see the change quickly, but the changes it right there if you pay more attention. I used to do so in my recently, but I found out now I don't have to do so. Anything software that is coming with that denoising and other stuff, maybe sharpens the pictures. Yeah. Okay, this is how we get the pictures from DaVinci Wide Gamut. I feel like you understood. You just you have got something on your minds. You may even ask yourself if you have another footage, so you want this to be. If you want this lot, I can send to you. If you have another footage, maybe GH5, and you want it to DaVinci Wide Gamut, you can just go to your DaVinci, your GH5, input the color space plugins, and then convert your color space into Sony, and then drag those LUTs that I do. So if you want LUTs, you just inbox me. I go send the LUTs. Yeah, the LUTs is available, my IDT and my Odyssey. So let's just review our picture before we just finish all these tutorials. So the first thing is I convert to my from my Sony to DaVinci Wide Gamut, and then I come into my Odyssey, and then I just control my exposure, and then I control my contrast, and then my white balance, and then my saturations, and then my fixer, and then I jump into my skin tone, and then in my look for orange and teal, and then I just pop out my picture, fixing some stuff which is ruined, and then my first FPC, which is warm up a little bit, my Luma, just make everything in right positions, my vignettes to pop up my my subject, and then finally I come to my print. Some people they do what do we call it? Some people they do film art, but I found out I can do my own stuff to make everything looks good. Thanks very much for watching this video. This is your boy Director Kim. Hope you enjoy it. See you on the next videos. Today, from now on, we are about to work on DaVinci Wide Gamut. You go see me do so for the long term, but it's not like I just stop using SS. It has its own importance when we come to the grade in some of videos. So yeah, man, I'll just do both the stuff, depends on the footage that I have on my screen. See you on next video. Bye bye.